If it was LeBron, he'd be home, right? We know it. And so that's what hurts a little more.
Would Tom Brady be home? But Tom Brady wouldn't be there, right? Because he doesn't have to go to a foreign country to supplement his income from the WNBA.
Watching other networks' coverage of the Brittany Griner trial, you almost would shed a tear. They've effectively painted her as a borderline martyr for American ideals, locked up abroad because of the American ideals that she represents. But lost in the coverage has been a true American hero, Paul Whelan, and 59 other Americans held in various countries around the world. Let's compare the Russians' charges against Griner and Paul Whelan. Griner's accused of transporting cannabis oil on a plane. She pleaded guilty today and said she didn't intend to break the law. She faces 10 years in prison. On the other hand, you have Whelan, who's serving a 16-year sentence on a charge of espionage. He's been behind bars for years. He claims he was in Russia for a wedding. But rather than focus on the Americans who are trapped in Russia, the other networks are playing up, as you heard, a comparison between Griner and male athletes. Colby Hall's with us, founding editor of Mediaite, the premier website for coverage of the news. All right. Is this simply because Griner is a celebrity, or is there something else here that's fueling this just sort of media fervor suddenly over her plight?
Well, thanks for having me. I think there's a few variables. I think, first of all, Brittany Griner, it sucks for her that she was caught carrying cannabis oil. But if you're overseas, don't carry cannabis oil. You know, I think she's a somewhat celebrity. She's a known person. She's a star WNBA player. I think her luck was really bad in that she was caught a week before Russia invaded Ukraine. And so I hate to say it in stark terms, but to quote her wife, she's being used as a political pawn. Like, Putin's got very little to play right now in America, but now she's got a visible person. And her wife and others have now made this very sort of public relations campaign to bring attention to her, which, you know, may backfire, I think, because it's going to make her more valuable to Putin. You know, Whelan is an interesting story, but he's been there since 2018. You know, this is a story that is another way to say how Russia's bad guys.
It's new, it's celebrity, but you rightly pointed out in the very beginning, she broke the law of Russia. Which, when you're abroad, you all know, you search your bags, you make sure you take everything out, you don't bring stuff in, especially to a place like Russia. The question would be, is the media, and why are certain cable networks sort of playing into this narrative of her victimhood and her double victimhood? Because if she was a man, of course, Joe Biden would bring her home.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just foolish, frankly. Like, if it were LeBron James or, say, Tom Brady, you know, Biden wouldn't be able to pick up the phone and call Putin and say, hey, let our star quarterback or basketball player out. In fact, it would probably be more difficult. I do think there is a point to say that, you know, Brittany Griner or those guys wouldn't have to be in Russia to supplement their income. Now, she gets paid like $1 million playing in Russia, which is significant, and she only makes $200,000 in the WNBA. So she wanted to make a lot of money.
Right,
and,
but that's her choice. If you go to Saudi Arabia to work in the oil fields because you make more there than you do in Houston, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's your choice to make more money. I'm interested in this line from the political standpoint. She wrote in her letter to President Biden, I voted for the first time in 2020, and I voted for you. I believe in you. I've been around a long time, and I'm thinking that if there was a political prisoner, even if Paul Whelan had written to President Trump and say, I voted for you, I believed in you, the media probably would not view that as a good thing.
No, I think there's empathy for anyone that's stuck in a Russian prison. It just sounds awful, regardless of one's politics. That's bad. Yes, was, these cartridges of vape pens that people are now carry all over the place in the United States. You don't do that in Russia. It was a very personal appeal. And, I think the worst part of that was it wasn't, it was the Biden administration, President Biden and Kamala Harris, they responded after that went public. It just makes them look like very reactive. And it's as though, they're driving the narrative. Whether or not this helps, she pled guilty today, which was the news of the day. How that plays itself out, the Russian judicial system is nothing like ours. I mean, her her future in Russia really comes down to one person. That's Vladimir Putin. If he decides that she should spend the rest of her life in a Russian prison, that's what's going to happen. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, that letter was just such a naked plea. But she's desperate.
Honestly, you can't blame her. You blame sort of the coverage of it and look at that for some sense of balance and honesty, I guess. Hey, Colby, it's good to see you as always. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Larry.
Yeah, pleasure. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.